Hey everyone, welcome to Home Matters, the podcast where we help you make the most informed decisions for your home renovation and improvement projects. Whether you're swapping out windows, tackling a kitchen makeover, or getting a new roof, we've got the tips, the tricks, and the insights that you need. So let's get into today's topic. If you're new to doing a home renovation project, you're probably not aware of all the costs involved in remodeling. So there's a lot of different marketplaces and websites that tell you the cost, but rarely is that going to be exactly what your project is going to look like. For example, you'll hear that a rule of thumb is to budget between 5 to 15% of your home's value for a major home renovation project. But that depends on where you are in the country, what kind of trade or project you're going to be doing. Painting is very different than HVAC, than windows, than roofing, than bathroom remodeling. There's also the question of supply and demand for labor. If you have a low inventory of labor for electricians, for example, or plumbers, then they're going to cost more. Whereas if you have an abundance of painters and flooring installers, then that means that that market is going to be more competitive. And I have compared these numbers where you can go to a major market like Miami, where a flooring installer is charging $5, $6 a square foot to install a wood floor and $7, $8 for marble. I can go to a market like Phoenix that would seem like, hey, it's a big metro market. I bet that the contractors cost the same. Not so much. Right? So depending on where you go, it is what dictates what the cost is going to be. But generally speaking, if you take a house, for example, that costs $300,000 and I took 5% of that cost, that means that's $15,000. What can you do with $15,000 for a major project? Well, if this was a 2,000 square foot home, you could do an entire floor, right? Assuming, let's say, that you choose a flooring that is between $5 and $7 a square foot. That could work under $15,000. And the low end, you could do laminate or carpet for under $10,000. So that would fall under your 5% of the total cost of the home, right? Or value of the home. On the other hand, if I went all the way to 15%, that's a major percentage of the total value of the home. 15% of 3,000 of 300,000 is $45,000. So what can we do for $45,000? Well, you could do a few different projects, right? You can replace a roof, you could replace windows, but you're not going to do both for $45,000, right? And you're not going to remodel a kitchen because the average kitchen remodel these days is costing upwards of $30,000. So if I'm saying 15% of the total value of the home is $45,000, you have to also decide, are you doing that as a home equity line of credit? Are you doing that on your credit card? Are you paying cash? What are you doing to pay for the project, right? Because if you are just taking out a second mortgage, obviously the value of the home matters tremendously. So it's really important to do your math and understand what the costs are from market to market. And there are some really decent calculators out there for remodeling. Like if you go to the National Home Builders Association website or Remodeling Association, NARI, National Association of Remodeling. So there's a lot of those websites that will give you estimated cost on the low end, the average, the high, and then they'll break it down by type of project, region of the country. And those are the things that you really have to consider when doing a renovation. Thanks for tuning in to the Home Matters podcast. Remember, a great home starts with making smart choices. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on a new episode. For more resources or to get in touch with a trusted local contractor, check out localcontractor.co. Until next time, take care and happy renovating.